live. Cool. I'm gonna share the stream around real quick. Can I share it to your Discord?
Doing it self-promo, yeah.
What? Oh, yeah. Okay.
Doing it self-promo, yeah.
Cool. Just checking. Oh, it always takes so fucking long. Okay, I got it. I'm gonna share it around a couple of the Discords I'm in.
Thank God they kept at least one of the best mods that's underrated as hell.
Which one?
That would be the Stearns of Baronsayer tracker mod.
Ooh.
What it does is the stones are hidden all throughout the map, literally the entire map, so you have to spend like, I don't know, 3 or 5 hours going across trying to find them all in very specific locations.
Ooh.
So what they do with this is they have it so all of them are marked so you know where they are, but you still have to go get them, obviously.
Yeah, that makes sense. Ooh. Howdy, Apostrophe Music. I am here with the Dark Author. Dark Author. And...
Yeah,
yes, hello. We are here to read The Amazing World of Gumball, The Grieving. And this is...
yes,
yeah. This is the start of a new series I plan to do on my channel where I get other content creators from the creepypasta community, like the Dark Author here, maybe Vince 12 and the other guys. What?
Just talk to myself. I've just got the Grieving on now. I just found it on the website.
Oh, I was gonna send it to the chat. Sorry. But yeah, this is a start to a new series where I just get people from the community and we read some stories together. This is a story that the Dark Author suggested that we could read, and I have never read it personally. We are on the Geoshia Lost Episode Wiki, and it's gonna be fun, you know? You ready?
Yes, sir.
You want to go in turns? Like, you read 3 paragraphs, I'll read 3 paragraphs?
Oh, well, 3 paragraphs, is that what we're doing?
Yeah.
Okay, let's get started. I'll do the first couple, or do you want to do the first couple?
You can do the first couple. Guess first, you know?
Alright then.
Cool.
I've always loved Cartoon Network as a kid. As I was growing up, it was my all-time favorite channel to watch. Even today, it has some good shows, like Adventure Time and Regular Show. One of the newest shows on the network, The Amazing World of Gumball, is a cute and mildly entertaining show. Not really my cup of tea. It's a little immature, but my little brother seems to like it a lot. One night, I was watching Adult Swim when I realised that I'd been up so late that I hadn't even kept track of the time. It was already 4 a.m. I don't recall ever watching Adult Swim this late, so I stayed awake to see what would happen when it ended. A little bumper showed up at the bottom of the screen during a commercial break. It said that a special episode of The Amazing World of Gumball was about to come on. I was a little confused about an episode of a very popular new show coming on this early, but I was bored and decided I would watch it, thinking it might come on later in the day so I could spoil it for my brother. Sort of mean, I know.
Yeah.
A flashy and energetic intro theme played, although it was played a little differently than I recall. The music was a little different, and the show's logo wasn't animated. Its colours were done rather sloppily as well, almost like something a little kid would do in a doodle board or a glow board. I ignored it, assuming that it was done just for this standing alone facing a corner of his dimly lit classroom. He looked absolutely miserable, a far cry from the cheerful demeanor he usually had. There was no one else in the room, not even his best friend and adopted brother, Darwin the goldfish, and the windows in the room clearly showed the night sky outside. I was really starting to get confused. Why would he be at school at night? And why was he standing in the corner all sad and alone?
So, how are you feeling about the story so far? Like the general tone of it and everything.
It's got a hook.
Yeah.
The thief can keep it snagged.
Yeah, I think you can kind of tell how old this one is just because it's saying that Amazing World Gumball's more immature than Adventure Time regular show.
But hey, at least there's no, I found this episode on eBay.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, he did just kind of stumble across it at like 4 in the morning on Cartoon Network. That is also a bit of an overdone like trope. However, I feel like that probably came from this one now that I think about it, to be honest. Alright, I'll read. Where were we? Oh, yeah. After what seemed like a minute of Gumball standing somberly in the corner, the scene suddenly changed. We were in Gumball's house, and you missed an apostrophe. Once again, the scene is silent and a little bit disquieting. Richard, Gumball's enormous rabbit father, walks in from the kitchen. He looked even more miserable than Gumball had in the previous scene. Richard isn't wearing his usual attire. He's dressed in a fancy black suit, a little uncharacteristic of him, as he's usually a slob. He sighs and slumps down onto the sofa and starts sobbing intensely, sounding like someone who had just lost something important. I was starting to get a little creeped out. Where was the silly, fun cartoon that I usually looked forward to watching with my younger brother? This was something completely different. I was beginning to think that this might have been something the creators did as an experiment or something. A test of the animation or sound, perhaps. Though it couldn't have been. Aside from the opening theme, which was still different from the final shows, the episode had been much quieter than it usually was. Only subtle sounds and very little music. And the animation was not anything to write home about either. It was done a bit like an amateur Flash on Newgrounds. The character designs were somewhat sloppy and rushed looking. And the real-life backgrounds used for the show looked different. As confused and somewhat frightened as I was, for some reason, I kept watching it. Of course you did. Poor Richard was still sobbing on the sofa, as the front door opened suddenly, making me jump a bit at such a loud sound. And Gumball's mother, Nicole, a blue cat like him, stepped in. Like Richard, she wasn't wearing her usual outfit. For some reason, she was in a black dress and was wearing a pretty black hat to match. Nicole sat down on the couch and started to comfort her husband. Although she was looking...
Sorry for interrupting, can I point out something?
Yes.
It swaps between the American and British versions of Sofa and Couch respectively. And it does this multiple times throughout the story. I'm like, which one is it? Are you British or are you American?
Oh, really? Does it? Where does it...
I mean, it said, towards the start, it said something, it said sofa, but then it said couch.
In America, they're both fairly interchangeable. Is it different in Britain? Is it...
Well, there's what we say too, either sofa primarily, or some of us say settee.
Oh, for real? That's cool. I didn't actually know that, to be honest. What I'm more concerned about is it's not too bad of a start for a creepypasta like this.
True.
Yeah, it's a little it's hidden some, cliches, like the animation looks a little bit off, the background's weird, everyone's sad, but It's
True.
it's nothing like too off for this kind of thing. It's definitely not Squidward Suicide where it's like overtly evil immediately. But let's continue. Where was I? Um, Nicole sat down. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Although she was looking a bit saddened herself, by this point Richard's crying had begun to get more pained and miserable sounding, opposed to the. Oh boy, you good?
Was that the notification sound? Did it come through?
Yeah, yeah.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean that to come through.
It's all right, man. This wasn't the normal cartoon crying on the show. This was realistic, almost depressing crying, opposed to the happy crying. All right, it's your turn.
After what seemed like hours, the sad scene at the home had ended. As it shifted back to the school, we weren't in Gumball's classroom this time. Fuck off, sorry.
It's all good, Doug.
We were in Principal Brown's office. Nicole and Richard were there, in their usual clothes, looking more normal and happy than they had been before, but still slightly worried. Principal Brown, however, looked extremely sad. He quietly and somberly informed them that their children, Anais, that's how you say it, not Anais, Anais, that's how you say it on the show. Fucking
Right.
hate when people do that. Sorry, pet peeve.
It's all right, man.
Says nine. It's Anais.
It's Anais. I don't. I completely forgot her name, to be honest. I only know. I know the rest of the family's names. I forgot her name. It's just I guess
one thing that really does that kind of ticks me off. He calls her Anais, but I mean, literally they say, I think from like season 2, season 3 onward, it's Anais. It's always been that.
Yeah. I don't know. It's her name's very distinct compared to everyone else's. Like Darwin, that one's a little bit distinct as well, but it's also like he's a walking fish. So yeah.
I think Darwin has the most unique name on the entire show.
Yeah. Well, his name's.
Darwin has been Ahab Poseidon, Nicodemus Watterson III is his name.
Oh, is that his entire name? Damn. It's supposed to be a pun, isn't it? Because it's because he's a fish. Yeah, because he was a walking fish. All right.
Were not present after lunch earlier that day. They hadn't been seen at all for the rest of the day. Nicole was instantly furious at him. She began spouting various fucks and calls at him that I don't think would have made it onto a more mature program like regular show.
Yeah.
I was laughing at this because it seems sort of funny for Nicole to flip out in this manner and start swearing like a sailor in a G-rated cartoon. But my outlook soon changed when Principal Brown told her something else after she had finally quieted down. His eyes began to tear up as he informed them that they eventually were found, but they had not been found alive. He then went into a graphic and nearly nauseating detail describing how their bodies were found, their parents sitting in utter shock. I could hardly believe what was happening. How could such a cheery and fun kids show be taking such a dark and twisted turn? I was considering turning the TV off, but I was too scared to be left alone in the dark by now. Nearly frozen by fear and disturbed intensely at the terrible things that he was saying. Another flashback. The scene was earlier that day, and the animation in the scene was even worse than earlier. I don't remember it very clearly, but I think he began his recollection by saying that the school had called the police department when the kids had first turned up missing, believing that the kids had simply run off and decided to skip school. They said it was very uncharacteristic of both Darwin and Anais to go skipping school like delinquents. Darwin was a little naive and a bit ditzy, but he was a good kid and wouldn't have ever dreamed of doing something like that. And Anais was even less likely to run away. She was a straight-A student, despite being only 4, which also troubled the police, seeing as a defenseless 4-year-old little girl was missing, as well as an older boy. The school had been thoroughly checked, so the police started to search the heavily wooded area outside of the school. It took little time for the police to discover Just on it. The horrifying fate of Anais. There you go.
It's
In a
so.
small clip.
It's one of those names. It's one of those names where it catches you. You always mispronounce it.
Yes, always. One. Anais's head was found in a small box. You likely would have expected something like that to be shown in the show's cutesy art style, but it was nothing like that at all. Realistic.
We've got there. We did it. We did it, boys.
Every single time I see that all hyper-realistic, I do it in that voice.
Ooh.
Anais's head was done in the normal style, but was drenched in blood and some other fluids. Not all of them hers, apparently. Paul's Shadowreader did a part 2 to this in his own words, and basically, I can't believe I'm going to say this, so brace yourself. Basically, Gumball actually assaulted Anais.
Oh, is that what this? Is this where the story's going? Oh man, that's fucked up.
It's implied.
Oh.
It's implied that he actually did that. So I can't say the actual thing. But
Oh yeah. Man, that's. Oh. Damn, that's.
There was a note in the box, seemingly written in her own blood. It was never stated during the episode what exactly was written on that note, but apparently it led to the remains of her. But it apparently led to the rest of her remains and Darwin's heavily mutilated corpse. Okay, there we go. Jesus Christ. All right, I'll do this last one and you go on.
Okay.
What I remember most about the scene was how out of place it seemed.
No, you don't say.
Yeah, you don't say. All the blood and gore from Darwin and Anais's slaughtered and dismembered remains were done in a very realistic sorry.
It's fine, man.
It looked like the scene had been taken from a crime scene. Photograph. Don't you do it, story. If you say photorealistic, I will kamehameha your ass.
It's gonna do it, man. It's getting so close. You can feel the author want to.
Yeah, the way the scene was animated was different from most of the show as well. You may know that the characters from the series are done in vastly differing from flash animation to CGI, and I think that there's even a character done by someone putting their chin upside down to make a face. That is true. There is a character like that.
Yeah, it's probably one of the more funny characters.
More like Mama Groot's ones.
Yeah.
This particular scene wasn't like anything I'd ever seen on the show before. Every little detail on Darwin's face was clearly illustrated. He looked like a zombie. His face was pale and his eyes had been gouged out by someone. Which is true. Apparently when a corpse decomposes for a little bit, it first starts by going very pale.
Yeah. Because blood stops flowing, you know. Though I don't know if that would work with a fish. It might not.
I don't fucking know, dude. What the heck? Anais fared no better, or what was left of her anyway. She was naked and her stomach had been slit open. More proof. More
God.
implication.
I don't.
Her intestines were strewn around the trees and bushes in the woods. Done once again in a very morbid and realistic style.
Oh boy. Alright, you good? That was the okay. I couldn't. Could you tell earlier when you got to the a little earlier? I scrolled down to keep up with you reading, and I found scrolled onto the picture of Anais's head. I can't tell if you could hear me holding back a laugh because this picture. Oh boy, this picture. It's fun. It's what?
I mean, her eyes look like she's literally falling into the pits of hell. They don't look anything bloody. I mean, there'd be blood running up her eyes. It's kind of weird.
Also, I'm a big fan of like the MS Paint like hairstyle. Like you know how like little kids draw hair on top of like stick figures, and they just kind of like draw a solid line over the head. It just looks like he made like a red hair for her.
I know one thing, however, that's sad but is most likely true.
What?
There is probably Rule 34 of this story.
Oh, almost certainly. I don't like to think about that, though.
I don't like to think about it either. It probably exists.
Anyway, where were we? By the way, yeah, this story is, it's going down a little bit, isn't it? Yeah, it's going down that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Where were we? I was feeling very ill by the time this incredibly disturbing flashback had come to an end. So I quickly ran to the bathroom to vomit. You vomited for this picture? This one right here?
I think he more vomited at the sight of a naked child being slit open, which is, I think, a very reasonable thing to throw up over.
Yeah, that's fair. But the mental image of throwing up for this image, that's pretty funny.
Oh my god, I'm throwing over a slightly photoshopped picture. Blur.
Ah. Oh no, and Emma's paint drawing. Ah. I was feeling better after upchucking. So I had realized that I had a good... What? Ooh, give me 1 second. Hey, Mom. Hey, Mom. I'm on stream right now. I'm on stream. I'm doing a stream. Yep, bye. Sorry about that, boys. I'm back. Where was I? Oh yes, this very confusing sentence. I was feeling better after upchucking, so I had realized that I had good timing and had ran to the bathroom during a commercial. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. It was then I noticed that the show had been running twice as long. It was usually ran for 11 minutes, but this episode ran for about 30. It's more than twice, my man. But
Well, hang on. Gumball runs the thing for 2 11-minute sections, is that right?
yeah. Because it's like SpongeBob, isn't it? It's like... So
Well,
it...
it wouldn't be twice as long.
Yeah. And either way, 30 minutes, 11 minutes, that's not twice. That's like almost 3 times as long. So...
And the thing is counting it as a full episode for the 2 seconds. Like,
Yeah.
5 seconds longer.
Yeah. By then, I was wondering if there was any information on the Grieving on IMDb or something. So while the commercials were still playing, I looked up some information about the episode on Google. Nothing came up. No information remotely similar to the plot or the name of this episode is listed anywhere. Why am I not surprised by any of this?
Why didn't they try eBay? Sally.exe's on there. Might be worth a shot.
Yeah. Don't go on eBay. Don't you know the E stands for evil?
True.
Now incredibly scared and wondering if anyone else was watching, I quickly dialed my brother Larry and asked him to turn on Cartoon Network and see if he was seeing the same shit I was. Isn't it like 4 a.m.? He called your brother. Your brother's like...
Bro, I can just imagine him picking up. Bro, I'm trying to get lucky. What you doing, boy? You called me before.
Dude, you need to watch this scary Gumball episode. Fuck off, I'm trying to sleep.
Gumball, that kid show? What's going on, man?
It's a real funny image. Like, this fucker trying to get his, like, probably, like, teenage brother to watch Gumball at 4 a.m. with him. The scene had thankfully panned away from the horrific sight of the children mutilated and was back to the principal's office. I asked Larry if he saw some cartoon animals talking or crying, since that was what they were doing on my TV. To my surprise, he said he saw nothing like that. Instead, it was a rerun of an old Looney Tunes short. in utter shock. Oh no. I dropped the phone.
I don't know why, but just the way you delivered that. I asked him to see if, what is it? You saw a bunch of cartoon animals talking on your TV. I don't know why that description was just so funny.
Because it's a weird way to phrase it, isn't it? You could have just said, hey, is Amazing World of Gumball on your TV?
Like, dude, he's taking some shit behind the scenes. He even drugs my dude.
Oh, wait, wasn't he talking about his... Oh, so is this a different brother then? Because he has... Yeah, because... It'd be really funny if he was calling his little brother. He was like, hey, are you seeing a bunch of little animals talking on your TV right now? It's like 4-year-old brother's like, what? What are you talking about?
Alright, okay, where were we?
To my surprise, in utter shock, I dropped the phone and ran to my TV to turn it off.
Bullshit.
To turn it off, and as...
Plot convenience, dropping your phone.
Yeah. Also, guess... if we're talking about cliches, guess what? I ran to the TV to turn it off, and as hard as I pressed the buttons, it would not shut off at all. I tried every single button and none of them did a thing. I tried unplugging the whole thing, but nothing worked. The TV stayed on no matter what. Man. It's getting there, man. It's really getting there.
I would like to think, though, what would be easier to explain if your parents walked in? Would you rather them see a bunch of this blood and gore, or would you rather them see you on Pornhub? Which one do you think would be easier to explain?
Probably Pornhub, because that's at least, like, normal, like, porn. If your parents show... Yeah, if your parents show... I mean, if over, like, mutilated children gumball, obviously. If your parents come in and they see you, like crouching near the TV while fucking there's a little bunny with slit open naked on your TV, yeah, that'd be a bit harder to explain. Larry had hung up, assuming that I was playing a joke or something, I guess, and I was alone once again. My door was locked and the outside somehow. What? Oh, my door was locked from the outside somehow, and the door to my bathroom was now locked as well. It seemed that I had...
Convenient, all of this is happening.
I don't understand these kind of, like, Lost episode things where it's like... And then it was magic and like, wanted me to watch it. Like, what the fuck? It's like a scary episode of Gumball. Why is it, like, fucking, like, all-powerful and can, like, turn off your... and keep playing without electricity and can lock doors and keep you from leaving? It's just... it's weird, man. It's very strange.
Yes, very strange.
Very strange indeed, yes. But I had no choice to call the police, since my other family members were gone that night. It was the reason I could stay up late to watch Adult Swim in the first place. Oh, you're a child. Okay. That makes sense. When I hurriedly dialed the number, I accidentally dropped my cell phone into my cup of Pepsi. So fuck. How the fuck did you even do that?
It's the power of plot convenience, dude. It prevails over everything.
I was very scared, and I had no choice but to finish the episode. I like how he specified Pepsi as well. Like, it's a fucking brand deal. They have to mention Pepsi at least once in the episode.
One who just sees how stupid this versus, hey, you know, there's multiple rooms in your house. Why can't you just do this? Why can't you just stall the episode out?
Yeah.
Another room, wait 30 minutes for it to be done.
Well, his doors are locked, man. All his doors are locked. And windows don't exist, apparently.
Why don't you just turn the TV over so you can't see the thing?
Yeah, just turn it around. Just don't look at it. It's just
And then my arms suddenly felt heavy, like somebody put 500 bricks on me. I just couldn't turn it.
I mean, that's not out of the question for a store like this, is it? Where it's like, no, it's like Satan, so he can do whatever.
It began to bleed violently as a massive message appeared. Nice try, you idiot. I was glued to my seat with
Get wrecked, scrub, said Satan himself as he dialed. Where was I? Also, Pepsi. It reminds me of the scenes from Man of Steel where they're in like an IHOP, just like product placement. It'd be very strange product placement for Pepsi to do in this weird creepypasta, but you know. I was very scared and I had no choice but to finish the episode. I turned on all the lights in my room and got under the covers, hiding like my little brother does when I make him watch scary movies with me.
To be fair, I think we all would, though.
Yeah. I don't know. I wouldn't be too scared of this. I mean, if my fucking doors and shit were all locked and I couldn't leave, then yeah, I'd probably be a little scared. The episode itself isn't that scary, you know? It's your turn, by the way.
Oh shit, sorry, I was just...
It's a good dog.
It's IMDb, now it's
I had apparently missed.
I apparently missed a little bit, but Gumball's parents were still talking to Principal Brown, so not that much. Nicole was asking if Gumball was alright. Apparently, since she hadn't remembered him when Principal Brown told her what happened to Darwin and Anais, he looked slightly confused and shocked for a moment, and explained to her that he thought Gumball was out sick today, and he'd spent the day at home by himself with the stomach bug. Nicole screamed and wailed, while Richard quietly told him in a very out-of-character voice that they thought Gumball had got on the bus this morning. But it didn't seem that, oh my, sorry, just Gumball hanging himself.
Oh, yes, no, the pictures get, did the picture get you? It's just...
It looks like he's about to sing a song.
Yeah, no, now that I look at it, now that I'm looking at it, yeah, it kind of does.
When you had a bad day.
Don't sing any more of that song, I'll get copyright struck.
No, good to copyright you, no, it's fine.
But yeah, wait.
Yeah.
Also, his mom just apparently forgot that he existed while talking to her, while talking about his other kids. It's like, oh, I guess we know who's the favorite, who's the least favorite of them.
The police were called once again to search the building in the small forest outside of Elmore Junior High. Wait, was there a forest outside of Elmore Junior High?
I don't think I didn't watch this show too much, but from all my recollections, I don't remember there being a forest anywhere near the school.
Roll with it.
Yeah.
It's found in Miss Simmons' classroom, hanging by a noose, with a blood-covered knife behind him, and blood covering his clothes. Fucking hell, it's messing up my words. So the third ended with a shot of Gumball's dead body hanging there in the corner, fading to black. The credits rolled silently, not like the usual way Cartoon Network annoyingly airs a promo that squishes half the screen. These credits rolled unusually slow, and they weren't fun to watch either. A little creepy. Just plain white text, scrolling on a black background.
You mean... Wait. You mean like normal credits? Also, they searched the school and the forest outside when he was literally in his teacher's room.
That'd be the first place.
Yeah, like how did they not accidentally find him before? It was a school day, wasn't it? Nah, who cares?
Okay, right, wish me luck, I'm gonna do a challenge. Ben Bouclet? I don't know how you say his name. It's a weird surname.
Yeah, no, I don't. It's probably French. I don't know.
Okay, Ben Bouclet, there we go, I'll do that name. As he was the creator of the show. The rest were people I'd never heard of. The copyright notice at the end said, at Cartoon Network Studios, 2001, which was incredibly odd, seeing as the show was new for 2011. After all that was over, the screen went to static for a split second. During... Oh, are we really doing this one too?
Oh, Christ.
Fine. The screen went to static for a split second, during which some incredibly creepy and shocking video clips were shown between static intervals. I can still remember them all very clearly. The first was a picture of a person in a plague doctor outfit.
What? Spook!
Those all scared me for some
What? Wait. It incredibly. Wait, what was the words he used? Incredibly creepy and shocking video clips. A dude in a plague doctor outfit.
That guy could be easily saving someone's life.
Yeah,
He
no.
never specified. He just says he's there.
I had the same problem with Rap Rats, which I know you reviewed.
Yeah.
Where it's like incredibly disturbing, creepy images, and then it's just like a bunch of random shit that the other just kind of listed, where it was like a tarantula. And it's like, ah!
The next was what seemed like a video being played very quickly, over and over. Of a kitten's face being squished by a woman wearing high heels.
Oh,
Okay,
God.
sorry, I love cats.
I don't want to
Which
think
is
about
true,
that.
because a so-called friend of mine sent me a picture yesterday of a cat being stepped on and killed, similar to the kitten in the video.
What kind of fucking friends do you got, dude?
The last one was the one that disturbed me the most, and made me want to vomit. Sorry, want me to make both cry and vomit my guts out. How do you cry your guts out?
No, he's
That'd be a little painful. You just cry.
No, he says he wants to vomit his guts out, but the mental image of someone crying his guts out is very funny. Like, oh no. His fucking like organs are popping out. Oh.
And it's the way it says both cry and vomit my guts out.
Oh yeah. Like,
Cry and vomit my guts out.
yeah, no, his eye, like the vomit, the guts are coming out of both his tear ducts and his fucking mouth.
It was my little brother, or at least a small child who looked very similar to him, being shot in the face by a person who looked like my father.
What?
You could clearly see the child's brain and blood splatter on the wall. I begun to sob uncontrollably after that traumatizing clip. So much so that I passed out.
Okay, what?
Right.
You passed out?
I mean, to be honest, I think if it was like a close family member of you saw, I think we'd all like pass out or at least freak out.
Yeah, fair enough. But also, it just gives me the like idea of him like as one of those like Southern belles, like with his like the back of his hand on his forehead, like, oh, I've come down with the vapors.
Yeah. Right. When I woke up, my door was unlocked and my television was turned off. Hey, you unplugged your television, right? Why would it be? No. I wanted to call the police on the home phone in my... Oh! You had a home phone! It was so convenient. The doors happen to lock to block you from the only other phone. Your only phone you have with you, you happen to drop into a conveniently open cup of Pepsi.
How do you even drop a phone into a cup of Pepsi?
It's so hot.
So fucking... where were we?
Well, they could find nothing like what I remembered from early this morning. I told my brother about the episode, and he fainted. My internet was even cleared. They were angry at me. And I assumed that I had a bad nightmare when I was sure I hadn't. Good thing I recorded the episode. The officers were shocked at what I had showed them. One of the officers felt bad for me and took me out to a small diner so I could recollect my fall.
Wait. So that entire paragraph was fucking pointless then. What? Like this little bit where it's like I tried to show them to the TV, but they didn't believe me. This entire this good chunk of this paragraph was entirely pointless because you just showed them the episode anyway.
Yeah.
And this story's already long as fuck. Why like pad it out with random bullshit?
Alright.
Yeah.
I'll do this last one and you got the rest.
Yeah. Oh Jesus. Okay.
At the diner, I remembered that my family was out visiting my aunt, or aunt, whatever you want to say, British accent.
Yeah.
Yes. And they were supposed to be back by noon or so. It was already 11, so the officer and I drove back, only to find a whole squad of police cars and even some government agents at my house. Okay, alright.
Wait.
I'll give them credit for doing police cars, because that makes sense if you see something that looks like your brother and your father, that would make sense. Why government agents?
The CIA was here to investigate this scary gumball episode.
They explained to me that my little brother was missing, and that my mother and father were major suspects.
What?
I was freaking out and trying to tell them about the disturbing clip of the boy who looked like my brother being shot in the head. They wouldn't listen.
This is so fucking stupid.
They allow you to show the video. They allow you to show you the clip of all that crap happening. They acknowledge the fact that it's disturbing, but they won't believe you that you saw your brother on a TV show.
Wait. So that them going to the diner was literally just an excuse for him to get out of the house, so a bunch of other police officers could come over and tell him and like be like, "Oh yeah, your little brother's missing." Yeah. This story is so fucking dumb.
Larry, who wouldn't believe me either, still insisting that all he saw was an old Looney Tunes cartoon and nothing at all creepy or weird. The cops eventually told me that they would contact Tuna Broadcasting and tell them about the incident. Or Turner. I don't know if that was a tuna like.
It's like Warren. It's Turner, I believe. A representative. What?
I just said fuck it to the thing because I mean this story is already so bad. I think I could mispronounce some things.
Yeah. Holy shit. A representative of Turner Broadcasting came to my cousin's house to talk to me in private about what I had seen and experienced that night. He was very kind, but it all seemed a little like some sort of front. After I could tell him, he agreed to play back that day's programming from when the incident with the disturbing gumball episode had occurred. To my shock, that was all that was airing at that time was an old Looney Tunes short. Nothing more, nothing less. I hysterically sobbed and moaned. Moaned? Maybe not. Maybe that's not the right word to describe that as. That I had experienced and seen. That what I had experienced and seen was completely real, but no one listened. Eventually, I discovered that Ben Baclet had a Twitter account, so I sent him a message about the episode, and this was the reply I got. Oh, you want to do a funny voice?
Hold on, let me just toggle that. One thing, how in the heck did you find that? I never, ever thought I would think about that old shame again. Don't tell anyone this, Sarah. Yeah, that's my name.
Oh, yeah. Oh, this character's a girl.
Goes back further than you know. I used to have a really boring job as a teen, and I sketched little drawings of the Wattersons and friends. The episode that you saw was never supposed to be seen by anyone but me and a few friends of mine. It was a very, very awful thing to do. But we made this episode as a joke. A guy from my old job, who everyone had hated, had lost a child to a crazed serial killer who was apparently still out there somewhere. Anyway, we made it so we can make fun of how he came into work usually, crying like a fool, which is why you saw Mr. and Mrs. Watterson cry so much in the episode. I know, I am deeply sorry for what I did, which is why I tried to bury that stupid thing years ago. Literally, I went out into the countryside with my mates and dug a hole and buried it.
What?
What I don't get though is how you describe the blood and guts and stuff. We didn't have any scene with Darwin and Ananias.
You fuck it up, man.
No, listen, look, Ananias.
Wait, where? They fucked up the girl's name. Oh, that's fucking perfect. The creator of the show doesn't even remember her name.
Darwin and Ananias' body being found. All that happens in the episode is the parents are informed of the kids being found dead. And then cry like crazy. We didn't even draw anything in the episode like that.
Wait,
No,
I'll
this is
get
my
I'll get the rest. I'll get the rest of this man's fucking
Okay, sorry,
tangent.
go ahead.
It's alright, dog. Now this is my theory. The lunatic who killed the man's child found the tape we buried, watched it, and heavily edited it. Then hijacked the local TV station near blocked out. I blocked out the name of my city. I am paranoid enough, and it's a small town. However, I I got the episode to somehow and got the episode to air on your local Cartoon Network station. Now, why your brother couldn't see it, I have no idea. Why it seems you're the only one who saw it, I have no idea either. Sorry, but I just don't know. Now for the explanation. Oh, is this still the guy? Oh yeah, it is. Now, for the explanation you have been waiting for. The clips at the end, I don't know. I don't. I am deeply sorry from the bottom of my heart. But I don't know why these clips were aired. I just don't. I am sorry. I really am. But me and my mates are just the ones who made those scenes with Richard and Nicole. That's it. I am so sorry, Sarah. I am deeply sorry. Best wishes, Ben Booklet, and everyone involved with the Grieving. Seriously, stay the fuck away from that episode. Okay. That was The Grieving. The Amazing World of Gumball, The Grieving. That was not good.
Literal, just the definition of in fact, to describe something like the story's starting off good. Jesus Christ.
That was not good, was it? That was pretty subpar, I'd say.
No, that's not subpar, mate. That's literally. If that's subpar, then what the hell? If that's subpar, then Cupcakes is a fucking masterpiece.
Oh, don't go that far with Cupcake.
Well, to be honest, I think we can say one good thing about this episode. At least it's not Sweet Apple Massacre.
Yeah, I suppose that's true. But yeah, no, that was just not good at all, like, for real. There's like, first and foremost, we didn't really cover the bits at the end because we just kind of like it wrapped up like with one sentence. So this story is telling me and the audience that the guys that made Amazing World of Gumball made a spooky episode to troll one of their coworkers whose child was murdered, and then they felt bad about it, so they buried it in the woods or something. And then the guy who murdered that kid found it somehow, and then also happened to be really good at animation and like voice acting, and edited it, and then hijacked a television studio, and then used his magic Satan powers to broadcast it to this one TV specifically, and keep this kid locked in his room for no reason? Like, to fuck with him?
If I could describe this story in one word, it would be, in two words, it would be plot convenience.
Yeah. It just, if I had to describe it in 2 words, it would be, like, how the, 3 words, how the fuck is any of this supposed to work? Like the rest of it, it's generic, bad lost episode junk, like dead kids, Gumball's sad.
I can assure you that none of my stories are this bad.
Yeah, no, I'm almost certain that I'm certain they are not. But
have you seen the latest one I made?
I have not listened to it. Is it the Krabs one? Mr. Krabs one?
It's Karma's Rap.
Yeah, Krabs Karma.
I'll tell you what would be cool.
Yeah.
What if you do funny channel.
Oh, I could do that. Yeah, I could watch it. Maybe I could do a little review of it.
Low-key, I kind of have an addiction to reaction videos.
Yeah. I saw you made one. But, yeah, no, this story, it's just, like, the rest of it, it's just, like, generic, bad, lost episode, junk, nothing really that special. The last 3 paragraphs, this, like, fucking Twitter message from the guy that made the episode is so bad that it honestly just, like, the rest of the story just plummets just because it makes no sense at all. It's not like the dumbest story I've ever read. I've read dumber, but
I've read dumber.
yeah, but it's up there, you know.
It's pretty bad.
Yeah, but yeah, so
I hear a good boy or a good girl barking.
yeah, those are my dogs. They're they're going crazy at the moment.
As dogs do.
As they do, yes. So yeah, that was the Grieving, and there's 3.
I'm going to be grieving after this.
Yeah, I'm gonna be grieving as well. There's 323 comments. Apparently this is a fairly popular story.
It is very, very popular.
I can't see why, frankly. It isn't good. 100 out of 100. One of the best and horrifying episode bosses I've seen. He dead. I need to never read again. Yeah, 9.5 out of 10. Jesus Christ. 20 out of 10. Best creepypasta I've ever read. What are these? No. What is wrong with these people? Just like genuinely, how do these people like read something like this and then go, yeah, no, that makes sense and is good?
Low-key, I kind of want to watch Ben 10 again. I know this came out of nowhere, but I just want to.
Oh yeah, no, fucking Ben 10's awesome. I should do me and my friend.
The original.
Yeah.
And Alien Force and Ultimate Alien.
Nah, dog. I fucking liked Omniverse more than I liked Alien Force. What?
I actually didn't watch Omniverse, to be honest.
It was alright. I liked it more than I liked Alien Force and Ultimate Alien, just because the animation was. I liked the animation more.
I'm just happy they brought my boy Ghost Freak back.
Yeah, my boy. But yeah, no, this is fun. By the way, I wanted to ask you a couple questions just as a just to go along with this little series that I'm going to be doing, where I get other creepypasta community content creators. Yeah. So, what got you into creepypastas? What made you interested in this little genre?
I think it was just word of mouth from my buddies at school. I'm pretty sure one of them or something mentioned this story. You might have heard of it, called Squidward Suicide. Or I found that in one way or another.
That little indie story.
I went Slenderman too. I'll tell you what, dude. Squidward Suicide gave me a fear of the dark.
Yeah.
That I had for multiple years.
Dog. Yeah, it's a little silly to admit now, considering I'm mature. I'm an adult now, and I can look back on Squidward Suicide. But when I was a kid, Squidward Suicide, Sonic.exe, they scared me for a little bit. Just a couple months, like about a year, I was afraid of them. And then
Sonic.exe was kind of middle ground for me. I was kind of scared of it, but overall, I could watch it and not be too scared.
I don't know why I was afraid of it, now that I think about it. Like, I was there's a Sonic plushie that scared me.
For me, Squidward Suicide, it was always his eyes. Always the eyes.
Oh, that's because,
The picture.
Yeah, the picture. I know which picture you're talking about. The one with, like, the blood eyes and the glowing, orange eyes. You know why you're scared of that?
Why?
Because the fucking his eyes are literally just Smile Dog's eyes photoshopped
I was
onto it.
about to ask, do you know that? Yeah,
Yeah.
they are exactly Smile Dog's eyes, just Photoshop.
Yeah, they're the corrupted Smile Dog's eyes photoshopped onto Squidward's face.
Yeah,
It's a pretty good edit, to be honest. I couldn't tell for the longest time.
I see that you also, yeah, you like how I have reviews for stuff and like how I'm very clear and passionate with things.
Yeah,
I'm not sure if you've seen the video, but I could recommend one video to you that I think you might like.
Mm-hmm.
That is Dark vs. the World, Episode 6, Caitlin the White Wolf, and Creepy Creepypasta Store.
Ooh, I shall check it out. Send it to me on Discord and I'll give it a little watch. But
Dude, honestly, Iron Man, if you thought shit like that was scary, you haven't seen anything yet. Your drawings are terrifying.
I mean, to be fair, I was like 12. So I'm a fucking adult now. I'm not scared of Squidward suicide or
No, these are terrifying in another way.
yeah. Oh god. Now that I think I don't want to. Maybe I don't want to see them. But so it was.
I mean, you this.
Yeah. Oh boy. Oh yeah. Oh, that's terrifying. Oh, I do not like that at all. I'm gonna put that. I'm gonna put that on screen for a minute. Oh yeah.
That's Caitlin the White Wolf, folks. It's not just that. She's done so many images to the point where I literally had to make a video exposing her ass. That's a good one. You should do a reaction video to, by the way. I want to hear your genuine reaction to some of the drawings you've made.
I don't know if I could really think of it. I don't know what my direction could be besides stunned silence.
I'd say make reaction video to some of the videos on my channel. I think you might like. Make it happen, Bioman. I'll shout your channel out.
Yeah, I'll give it a look. But
besides my reaction, people.
Besides Squidward Suicide and Sonderman, what got you into doing the YouTube videos about them? Because I saw that you started a year ago or so.
Well, there are roughly, I think, 5 YouTubers who inspired me most.
Really? Go.
Shadow Raider.
Yeah, well, I know I knew that one. Which?
Dark Reindeer.
Dark Reindeer? I have to check that guy out.
Well, you can't anymore. His channel's gone.
Oh, fucking rip. I suppose. What was his name?
Flipless Script.
Oh, okay.
What's the Mr. Creepypasta?
Oh.
Before the whole thing came out.
That was wait, which thing? The cheating on his wife thing?
No. Am I thinking of the wrong person? Who's the wrong person to suspected to be doing some creepy stuff with kids?
Oh,
yeah,
that's Creeps McPasta.
Sorry, I mean Mr. Creepypasta, that guy also.
Yeah, the fucking Mr. Creepypasta is Blue Guy, and Creeps McPasta is, oh no, it's Angelica was a crack baby. That guy, the guy with the real funny voice.
Like the very soft and high pitched voice.
Yeah, and Angelica was a crack baby. I love that fucking stupid story, but
Angelica was a crack baby. Her mother looked at her dad when she was only 5.
Ren Rudolph. But yeah, no, yeah, I think everyone at some point was inspired by those guys until you realize, they're kind of terrible people.
And you may be wondering where the heck the name The Dark Author came from.
It's...
Well, it came from me and my buddy The Random Feed in a Discord call discussing what to call my channel. We didn't know at the time.
Yeah. I mean, it's a good fitting title, I suppose.
We were talking and it just literally, The Dark Author was one of the first things to come to my mind. I actually put it off for a while until I was like, Dark Author's a fine name. Nobody got that name yet, so I'm like, fuck it. And yep, one of the best decisions I've ever made.
Yeah, no, it's a good name. It's a fitting name because you ride creepypastas, I suppose. But I will need to check out some of the stories you've written. Do you have like a wikia? Or are they just on...
They're all on my computer, which I don't have access to. to. The only way you can probably see all the stories I have is on my channel. There's a playlist called Stories Written by Me. All the stories on there that I've done are on there.
Okay. Do you have like written versions of them? Because I usually.
Not all of them.
Okay.
I think only 2 are unaccounted for. The rest I have.
Okay. I'll check out some of them. If you can send me the written versions, I'll check them out because right. I like doing little readings and stuff. But yeah, no, this was a fun little experience. I enjoyed having you on the channel. I didn't enjoy this story that we read, but I enjoyed our little banter that we had during it.
Oh, it was funny. It was good.
Yeah. I wouldn't mind having you on the channel again sometime in the future. Because I do these kind of streams fairly often. Well, I plan to do them fairly often. I haven't been doing them often. But it was nice having you on, and
thank you for having me.
You're very welcome. And I will continue this series, hopefully with maybe I could get Bean Daddy or Vince 12 on the channel soon. I know fucking Bean Daddy's watching. Speaky.
Wait, who?
He's another one of creepypasta reader. He's in my little community that I have. Or I'm in his. Yeah.
I think I found your channel now. I'm gonna.
Yeah. Subscribe.
Oh my god, dude! The fucking picture of Smile Dog on the thing, on the toilet, is the thumbnail.
Which one?
The picture of Smile Dog on the toilet that I sent you is literally the thumbnail.
Alright, it better be. You know what? I'll make that the thumbnail.
I'm sorry, guys. I didn't mean for that to be on there.
It's fine, dog. Don't worry about it. But, yeah. No, this was fun. And, hope to see you on the channel sometime soon. Maybe I could come onto your channel for a stream. And, this was nice. And I'll come up with a name for this series in the future.